Hello and welcome to my MPA and CPA prep guide. So this is just going to be a quick recap of all of the work and preparation I did for the MPA and CPA assessments. I'm a gap year student, or I was a gap year student. So I was behind on a lot of my math since I had forgotten everything. And I was able to pass both the MPA and CPA after this month of preparation. I used mostly the workshop lessons provided by NYUAD, and all of the questions provided in those lessons will be here for you to come back to and check up on. I've written most of the steps for each problem, and the final answers are there as well alongside the questions. So you'll be able to come back to this guide whenever, and I'll try and include little chapters in the video at the in the seeking bar, just so you can quickly stick to whatever chapter you're looking at for reviewing. The workshop lessons provided by the university have been updated over time, and I did use some older lessons. So before going right ahead to look at the most recent lessons, I would recommend using the older lessons, which I will provide in links below in the description of the video, or in the Google Drive link. And just to make sure that you're studying the right stuff, use the most recent study guide for the assessments to make sure that you're not doing any unnecessary lessons. As, for example, I studied vectors and another topic, I don't remember exactly, but I did study unnecessary topics because they did end up being removed from the MPA for the year I set the test. So without further ado, I'm going to get right into it. Here we go.
ミキスしたい人で読み直しているで読み直しているだけがで読み直しているで読み直しているで読み直しているで読み直しているで読み直しているミキスしたい人で読み直しているで読み直しているだけがで読み直しているで読み直している
Okay, so after that, that's all the workshop lessons that I did study from. I also did go out of my way to study from my old high school textbook. So I did the IB curriculum, IB Math HL, and honestly, I'm not entirely sure which year that was. This was the last year they were offering IB Math HL with the separate options. So the textbook is outdated at this point for current students, but this information or the math in it is still useful. So I went back and I went through some chapter reviews, and that's what I'll go through now. This is also where you'll find my calculus prep. I did do calculus prep with that same textbook, and I will also include those in the Google Drive and the links in the description below. So if you plan to go through those, here's the word solutions for this. All right, so keep in mind that some of those are not in order because I just did these willy-nilly. You should just go through those and just have a look at the questions directly from this video. I wouldn't recommend going into the textbook and looking for the exact same questions. You can just look at the question and then you'll have the answer from me right there as well. So this is now calculus prep. This was really all I covered for the calculus prep. There is a certain document in the Google Drive and also in the description down below. This is the document I went through for the calculus placement. I also went through a couple extra chapters from my textbook to really solidify some of those calculus concepts, but the document below will cover the more complex concepts. I wouldn't recommend learning it from scratch unless you have started preparing very early. Or yeah, really, that's only the situation I would recommend it if you don't know it at all. If you have lots of time to catch up on it, because it's a very long document and it's a lot to digest. But these questions come from the same textbook, I believe. And yeah, you should feel free to go through these if you believe you are ready to start practicing for the CPA. Here we go. And that's it. Good luck with your preparation, and I hope you do well.